Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to introduce you to Megan, who has been here with us at the National Honey Show for all 3 days. Megan, tell us about yourself, where you're from, and your story for getting here with us today.
Yeah, so my name is Megan Denver, and I'm clearly from the US. And my interest is Bees for Development. So recently I've taken on the role of CEO for Bees for Development, and Nicola Bradbear, the founder, has actually retired. And it's an exciting role for me. I've been a volunteer for Bees for Development for probably 8 or 9 years now. I started a nonprofit in the US called Bees for Development North America to be a fundraising arm for Bees for Development. So when Nicola was looking for a successor, we kind of talked about it, and that's what we ended up deciding is for me to move here to Monmouth part-time and work in the US too remotely. So that's what my connection is here, and we have been, I think, to the Honey Show many, many times. I think we're kind of a staple here at the Honey Show.
So have you yourself visited the Honey Show before, or is this your first time?
No, I have. I came actually when Tom Seeley was a guest. He's a colleague of mine as well, from Cornell. So I got to visit when he was here.
And you're a beekeeper yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Multi-site, multi-country site.
It's true. We have an operation in New York where we run about 300 colonies of bees. Hudson Valley Bee is the name of our company, and my partner runs those bees now because I've taken on this role. But I've been in bees for probably 20 years full time. So this is kind of the next thing to do in bees, kind of a more global impact, teaching people beekeeping to alleviate poverty, to protect the bees, and also to think about biodiversity and the roles bees play in that. And I think I'll always be a beekeeper, and I'll always be peeking into my hive, but really I thought I'd like to take the next step with bees and see kind of a bigger impact.
And do you also have a beehive of your own, or 300 colonies in Wales?
So yeah, no. So I just have one in Wales, tucked behind my house, but I feel like I'm a little beekeeper here as well. But at home, I run only a couple hives. We keep the garden hives for me, and then we run the rest of the hives out in our community.
Do you notice much difference between the hives here and the hives in New York State?
You know, I think it's the same species of bee, so we're just different subspecies. But I would say that your boxes are a little bit different, and I think that's probably it. You know, it's the same biology. I think that's the same thing in beekeepers. We're always trying to invent something, right? Oh, let's figure out a different way to do it. We're all worried about Varroa and Tropicalaps. We don't have Asian hornets in the US yet, but I know it's a big concern here. So I think it's the same. I think beekeepers are just really cool people that kind of think a little differently, and that kind of are in touch with nature. And I always love coming to bee conventions and associations like this.
So how has your impression been of the National Honey Show this year in your new role? And I mean, presumably you were still attached to Bees Development when you visited before.
I did, yes, of course. Yeah, I think it's a really exciting show. I think it's diverse. I think you have a really good trade show, but also your speakers. I was able to go to a couple lectures in really high level, interesting speakers. I'm talking about a lot of, like you're saying, in the moment topics. So I think it's very good for beekeepers to come and listen to the lectures. And there's just a lot of talking. I see little groups of people talking. Everybody seems very friendly. And we had a social night last night, and it was, I think, super fun. And we had a great time and a really good turnout. So I really enjoyed my time here.
And obviously, Bees for Development has been going for some years now and has got a momentum.
Yes.
Do you see any changes in the future?
Not really. I think the ethos of Bees for Development is most important. You know, bees, people, biodiversity is what will always be the core of our work. I think we're looking at expanding to maybe South America and revisiting work in India and the Philippines. So I think just maybe growing a bit, but very carefully and thoughtfully.
And you've got quite a team now, haven't you, of project managers responsible for and with a background in working in various different countries.
Yes, yeah. It's exciting to see the program managers really take on new countries and new projects. We've just started work in Malawi, which is, again, a revisit for us. We've never worked quite so seriously, but we're working in the university level. So if you go to university now, there's some certificates that you can get in beekeeping, but we're working with a couple universities there to kind of include more practical beekeeping and kind of what we consider nature-based beekeeping.
So that's really good progress. That is work going forward.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a long and successful career and that bees development can be, oh, goodness me, been a long day.
It's been a long few days.
A long week.
Yeah.
Bees for Development has an excellent future and continues to thrive, grow, and make a difference to the world.
Thank you. Thank you.